An argument is not simply contradiction. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Today, the Republic of the United States of America truly passed the Rubicon with the quote-unquote historic Wall Street rescue plan, otherwise known as the bailout. Ironically, it would have been better if the House had voted on Monday to pass the $700 billion bailout package, because now they passed an even larger bloated package of $850 billion at least, which includes a tremendous amount of pork and graft. And as I've noted before, Obama and McCain, exactly the same. They both voted for it, and they say that in the future those who are responsible will be held to task. But we all know that's not going to happen. So the House caved in under all of this pressure, and they voted for the passage of the bloated, disgusting, fucking Wall Street bailout, quote-unquote rescue plan. And Bush signed it. Probably one of the fastest signings in history. Do you know what this represents? Not only is it a total sellout to corporate elites in this country, which should come as no surprise, but what is more illustrated by this is that this has now marked the turning point in this country, where the total fascist takeover of this nation will continue apace. No longer cryptically, no longer behind the scenes, but out in the open. Because there's nothing that can be done to stop it. With this, the government has shown that it will, can, and will continue to go forward in the future in doing, giving whatever is necessary for corporations to thrive. And just like in Nazi Germany, where Hitler made a deal with all the industrialists, he destroyed National Socialism and came up with fascism, a corporate fascism, which dominated the Third Reich and crushed and destroyed millions and millions of people. It's the same thing that's going to happen in this country. A total and complete corporate fascist takeover of this nation. Mark this day in fucking history, because this is the day that it happened. This is the day when the government handed over the reins of this republic to corporations by saying, there is nothing that you can do that we, the government, will not bail you out of and protect you and give you the money that you need in order to keep your businesses afloat. Fuck everybody. Screw every person in this entire fucking nation. That's what they said. That's what everybody in Congress who voted for this said. That's what the President said. That's what the Senate said. And you know what? All of these people who are sitting there in Wall Street, in their corporate headquarters, are laughing. They're laughing at you, and they're laughing at this country. Because now they know that there is no end to their greed. There is no end to their exploitation of the people in this country. And there is no end to their taking over the administration in this country and taking over the United States. And no more will it be behind the scenes. No more will there be lobbying in secret. No more will there be shenanigans behind closed doors that we can't see. No! No, not anymore. It'll be right out in the fucking open so everybody can see and look. And you know what? scratch your head and say, gee, I wish there was something I could fucking do about it. Well, I told you before, you don't have a voice. It's important to pretend like you do, though. Because what other choice do you have? Do you want to sit in a foxhole somewhere and pretend like the world is not happening around you? You can't do that. Do you want to take some kind of action? Well, maybe some kind of action is necessary. Why not a form of blackmail ourselves? If Wall Street can conduct economic terrorism to get what they want and to enact an entire corporate fascist takeover of this country, then why can't the people in this country start economic terrorism against Wall Street? Why can't the people of this country blackmail the government in order to have a redress of their grievances, which is something which is in the Constitution, not something that any corporation has any right to? Fuck this shit. Remember this day. This is the day when we crossed the Rubicon in this country. And this is the beginning of the end of this fucking republic. And the beginning of a total and complete corporate fascist nation. And any of you who do not get it yet, get it through your thick skulls now. Because if you don't, there's going to be no time for you to have your eyes fucking opened. Thank you. Good night.